Hey guys, welcome back to Fair Iron and Customs. We're back in at Glen's shop today. When we started doing the bed panels in his truck, we saw that, I actually saw he was backing in and noticed that the drive shaft was wobbling or loose when he stopped. I could see the movement between the pinion and the drive shaft, so we're going to put some universal joints in, and that's what February 3rd's video is going to be, replacing universal joints in a Ranger drive shaft. So hang on a second, I'll be right back. Alright guys, on changing U-joints in a drive shaft, what you got two kinds of clips. You got the kind that is in this, I don't know if you can see them, the outside type clips, which you can just take out with a pair of dikes or a pair of pliers. You have some that are mounted, some C-clips that are mounted in the back side, which you can take a punch and or a screwdriver and a hammer and knock out. And in the late 80s, I think it was, and during the 90s, and maybe even later than that, Chevrolet had some that had, you'd see two nubs on the side, and that was a nylon insert. And the way you'd get the lock out of them was you'd had to heat the cap with an acetylene torch. You could probably do it with a propane torch if you don't have a acetylene. But we're going to get into this. I'm going to get these clips taken out and we're going to start knocking this apart. Alright, here we go. So like I said, these are pretty easy. You just snap the rings out. All four rings. These have probably been replaced before, judging by the fact the rings look like they're kind of puffed out a little bit. And I may be wrong. I may be absolutely 100% wrong. I do not know. Looks like we're going to have to do a pinion seal on that truck at some point too, because it's leaking from the pinion.
You talking about the axle?
Yep.
I thought we put one in.
I don't know, maybe we did. It looks like it needs another one.
No, we did one behind the transmission.
Mini truck problems, guys. Mini truck problems. Alright, so what I do is I will get the U-joint sitting in the vise and take a hammer. And all you gotta do, oops, is just
hit your finger.
Hit your finger 2 or 3 times. Drive it down.
Where's your PPE at?
I do need to have my PPE on. Where's my pair of safety glasses at, Glenn?
Don't get your gloves.
Let's not talk about gloves.
I got some. I got some that'll fit your hand too.
I know you don't. Nobody carries gloves that'll fit my hand. So anyway, there you go. Alright. And we'll have to finish driving that one out with a punch. The other side's a little easier. Just tighten up on the cross. Now guys, don't hit the drive shaft itself. Hit the actual flange on the drive shaft. Right where the weld is welded. Get a little tighter. Flip it right over. Those the rest of the way out and we're going to come back. Alright guys, I just cleaned out the little holes for the caps with some sandpaper. I'm going to see if we can do it with this vise. We may end up going to the shop. Actually, I have the ball joint press in my van, so worst case scenario we may grab it. So what you're wanting to do here is not lose any of your needles. Glenn, if you would, can you grab the end of that?
I can. And
hold it out as perpendicular or as parallel to this way. Out this way.
Huh?
Come out. Yeah, you need to be as parallel to the countertop as you can.
That's how about right?
Yep. Yep. And because we don't want to push on this thing in a weird angle. And bigger vise might be a little more advantageous to getting this done easier. Bring your end out. So.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't need the vise. I got you now.
Yeah, guys, a bigger vise on this is definitely an advantage. You don't want to press on your yoke so hard that you actually misshape the yoke. All right, Glenn, we're going to back this off.
Flip it.
Nope. Okay, guys, I'm gonna grab my ball joint press. Okay, guys, I got the ball joint press out, and we're pressing it in. And you want to go ahead and press it in pretty hard over on the side, this side. And the reason for that is when you get ready to put the cap on, yeah. The reason for that is you want enough of your cap sticking out the other side, your trunnion sticking out the other side, to engage the needles in the cap so they don't lay down while you're trying to put it together. And what we're going to do is go ahead and put a clip on this side. It's easy to get to right now. We'll change, actually we're going to flip the drive shaft right over in the vise. Hang on, I'll be right back. Alright guys, I got this side lined up. Well, I thought we had this side lined up. This ball joint press is actually working pretty good for this. I may not use the vise anymore. Alright. There you go. You do need to make sure if you have a drive shaft that has fittings in different directions, to make sure you put the universal joint in it correctly. So I know I've had universal joints like the ones that make a drive shaft out of this car fit into that car, and there'll be a different size on each side. Alright, I got this one together. I'm gonna put the yoke end back on, and we'll come back. Alright guys, this one's a little bit tight right through here, and if you wanted to loosen them up, all you got to do is take and hit the corner of the cap like that. Hit the corner of the cap like that. Pop this one. And pop that one. And that should loosen them up. Nice. Alright. So that's it. That's how I install a universal joint. Of course, I usually just use the press, but I like that. I actually like using the ball joint press on that, so I may be using the ball joint press from now on. But that's it. And like I said, that's it for the February 3rd video. And I hope y'all all have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow.